Hello everybody, my name is Jessica Gilroy and I'm the AP Academic Coordinator here at Lake Braddock. I'm also a math and computer science teacher. In my role as AP Academic Coordinator, my goal around this time of year is to work with AP teachers and AP students to help everyone make the best decisions possible about what courses to take next year. Today I'm going to be sharing suggestions about how to approach the decisions that you make about what AP classes to take. I will also talk a little bit about some of the options that are available to you. We are fortunate to offer 35 different AP classes at Lake Braddock. That is a huge number, and chances are if we don't offer the course here, it is offered somewhere else in the county. Having so many choices can be overwhelming. It is tempting to want to load up on all the courses possible in order to get into your first choice school. At the same time, having such a variety means that hopefully there will be at least one course that interests students who may otherwise be hesitant to take an AP course. There are two main things I want to talk about with you. The first is a suggestion on how to approach AP course selection. There are conversations that you may have with your family, teachers, or counselors while deciding what courses to take. The second is making sure we acknowledge the importance of keeping a balanced schedule, since academics is only one piece to the larger puzzle. First, let's consider quality over quantity. The rigor in AP courses can be a big adjustment even if you took middle school AAP or high school honors courses. When deciding whether to take an AP class in the core content, you should evaluate your experiences in your honors or AAP courses. Many students come from honors or AAP and may not have needed to dedicate much time outside of class in those courses. One common struggle of students new to AP is that they realize they have to dedicate more time to studying or working on assignments outside of class than they previously experienced. Or perhaps the pace in the AP class is much faster than they are used to in previous courses. Now, I say this not to discourage you, but to encourage you to seriously reflect on your previous successes or struggles. Realize that college admissions officers are not just looking for students who have all AP courses. Yes, they want students who can manage a challenging course load, but this will look different from student to student. Although it isn't all about grades, think about how earning an A in an honors course may look compared to earning a C in an AP course. Also consider what interests you. Personally, I find math and science to be more interesting than English or social sciences. If I was in high school again, I would probably gravitate towards the AP math and sciences. As you're making your decisions, consider if the course is something you are willing to invest your time and energies into. Also think about whether you have a strong foundation in previous classes. So where to begin? If you are a rising freshman, there is one major offering for AP classes, AP Computer Science Principles. On a case-by-case basis, music theory may also be an option. Now, AP Computer Science Principles is designed to be a widely accessible AP course. Now, I've taught the course before, and I've had students from a wide range of backgrounds experience success in the class. The course offers an overview of computer science, and it isn't just about programming. Now, in terms of rigor compared to some other AP courses, it is not as demanding outside of class. So it provides a gentler introduction to the world of AP. Even though it is available to freshmen, realize students may take it at any point in high school. Now, sophomore year has a few more additional courses widely available: AP Computer Science A and AP World History Modern. There's also AP Human Geography available. Now, students are not required to have any previous CS or programming experience prior to taking AP Computer Science A, although in my experience it does help to have some background knowledge, formal or informal. AP World History Modern is a choice that can replace World History 2. Now, the course is reading and writing intensive. Depending on your strengths and interests, these are both good options. At the same time, you may consider waiting until junior year to take your first AP course. Junior year is typically when a lot of students really ramp up their AP course load. This is largely because there are more courses available to juniors than in previous years. At the same time, juniors are much more aware of college looming in the distance. When making your decision about what courses to take, ask yourself if you have the background skills required, a strong interest in the material, the time required to dedicate to the course, and the willingness to push through the struggles that may inevitably appear. It's not helpful to compare ourselves to our peers. Each of us is on different paths. We have different visions for our future, so it makes sense that our current path will look different than that of our peers. Also consider the opinions of your parents, teachers, and counselors. Ultimately, you are the one who makes the final decision, but they all want to set you up for success. If they are expressing concerns about the course load, seriously consider their concerns. If they are encouraging you when you aren't sure about whether to take a challenging course, consider their points of view. Are you a competitive athlete who has a limited amount of time outside of practice to dedicate to homework? If so, you may want to limit the number of AP classes you take. Perhaps pick one that is most interesting to you or that you will think will help you the most. Now, it may seem like a good idea on paper to load up on AP courses, but in practice, it's probably not a good idea if you have to sacrifice your grades or mental health to balance it all. At Lake Braddock, we are lucky to have an extensive list of AP courses. Each of you has your own strengths and interests, so you might be able to pick a course that plays to those strengths or interests. I encourage you all to work with the adults in your life to plan your junior and senior years. Perhaps craft a cluster of courses, whether that's AP or something else that builds off the interest that you've developed in your previous years of school and that builds towards what you think you might want to do in college. It's also okay if you have absolutely zero idea about what you want to do in the future. And while all students are different and are capable of different things in different areas, a place to start, just to start, is considering a 1, 2, 3-year progression. For example, let's say your heart is in STEM. Maybe in 10th grade you'll take AP Computer Science A, and then in 11th grade you will increase your number of AP courses. You'll take AP Physics 1 and AP Chemistry because you just love those science courses. And then in senior year, since you really enjoyed physics, you take AP Physics 2. And then you want to take AP Calculus. And because you committed so many years to learning the Spanish language, you decide to also take AP Spanish Language. That's just one possible scenario. There are a multitude of possibilities. For example, let's say you're a history buff. So in 10th grade, you decide to embark on AP World History Modern. You enjoy it so much that in 11th grade, you decide to take AP US History. And because we offer a double blocked course, you might also want to pair it up with AP English Language. And then senior year, you want to continue on with your social sciences and you say, okay, well, let me take AP US and Comparative Government. Now, this is actually 2 classes in one. And then you also want to continue taking as many that you can, so you take AP Human Geography. But you really have no other interest in taking additional AP courses, and so you just take 2 your senior year. That's fine. You've listened to yourself. Maybe you're not even ready for AP as a sophomore, so you don't take any AP course your 10th grade year. And then in 11th grade, you decide to just try one, and the one you try is AP Environmental Science. Now, taking AP Environmental Science as a junior is a really common first AP class for a lot of people who are interested in doing AP Science. Let's say you were so successful your 11th grade year that your senior year you decide to take 2 AP courses, maybe AP Psychology and AP Statistics. Realize that you don't want to set yourself up for failure. Everyone's trajectory is going to look different. You got to pick what's going to work for you and what you're going to be interested in. There's always going to be students who could take 6 AP classes at one time and be successful, and maybe that's you. Maybe you'll be the one who is able to find success and not buckle under the stress or pressures. But to be honest, that's not the typical profile of a student. AP classes are going to take a lot of your time and energy. So does life outside of school, being a teenager, being a young adult, having jobs, having extracurricular activities, just having a life where you don't have any obligations. So we need to be able to have these conversations about setting reasonable but challenging goals for ourselves. And we want to help each other monitor and modify these goals as you progress through your classes and as your interests change from year to year. This is one of the biggest roles of your counselors. And so as you explore the curriculum fair and you explore the course opportunities, make sure you're also including the adults in your life in the conversation. We want to make sure you make the best choice for yourself. Now, many of you may not have heard of AP Capstone, but I did want to highlight this particular program as something that we do have at Lake Braddock. And College Board has been really excited about rolling out in the last couple years. Now, AP Capstone provides an avenue for our students who are ready to ask and investigate their own questions. Maybe you haven't really seen any other course that piques your interest. AP Capstone is a way for you to explore things that are of interest to you. AP Seminar is considered Capstone 1 and AP Research is considered Capstone 2. These are a sequence of courses meant to introduce students to evidence-based research and analysis on a wide variety of topics that spans the entire catalog of high school and AP curricula. So in your second year, you can investigate, prepare, and defend your own academic research. This is an immensely huge skill at the collegiate level. To get a head start at it in high school, it's going to give you a leg up to your peers in college. So AP Capstone, it's a phenomenal opportunity if you're someone who's highly inquisitive and you want to explore a world in a different way. Now, ideally, you would plan it so you could take Capstone 1 as a junior and Capstone 2 as a senior. Realize these courses do have to be sequential, so you can't take Capstone 1 and 2 at the same time. But again, it's a really great opportunity for you to build those experiences and potentially explore something you wouldn't get to do in another class. Now notice on this slide, there's a magic number 6. You can earn an AP Seminar Research Certificate if you earn a score of 3 or higher on both AP Seminar and AP Research. If, in addition to getting a score of 3 or higher on both, you also take 4 additional AP exams in which you earn scores of 3 or higher, then you get the AP Capstone Diploma. Now, College Board research suggests that taking even just 1 AP class is beneficial, and that really the maximum benefits kind of start to level out at around 6 classes total, not in 1 year, but total throughout high school. So definitely consider AP Capstone courses when planning your AP career. Even if no other AP course piques your interest, this is your chance to possibly investigate topics you are interested in while learning how to do real research. So my final piece of advice is definitely consider courses that you're willing to dedicate your time and energies toward. You will get advice from a lot of external influences, your peers, your parents, your teachers, your counselors. As you have these conversations with these individuals, remember that we want to support you and help you experience success. Obviously, you need the skills to back up the work, but it becomes a lot harder if you aren't passionate about something or are unwilling to put in the hard work. At the end of the day, we want you to challenge yourselves, but we also don't want you to feel so overwhelmed that your mental health starts to suffer. There is a fine line, and we are here to help you stay on the right side of that line. So please make sure you share your voice in the conversation, but also stay open to hearing other opinions. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, your counselors, your teachers. We all have advice, like I said. We want what's best for you, and so we're here to support you.